Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you guys are in the world. Welcome to the Amigos Racing Team Wednesday's Beetle Series Season 3, Round 3, where we are at Goodwood Motor Circuit. I am your commentator today, Justin Silva. I am actually making my commentating debut for Amigos Racing Team. I've done it on my channel, just not on their official channel. So glad to have a few people already watching. Good to see, and a good way to represent. Um, so far so far with my experience with ART, I've only done some of the Renault Megane one-off races. So I'm still practically new to the Discord and to the community. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this, because I am ready for some very good racing. We're gonna take this moment to actually look at the current standings for the series. After round 2, this is round 3. We have THG Sonam, who is not here just yet. He'll probably be here in a few minutes. But THG Sonam 8246, he's in the lead so far with 85 points. In second, we have THG Pebsy GT, who is actually here today. He is in second with 70 points. In second, we have ART Willie D 321. He is in third with 58 points. Then we have ART Beardy, who is the host of this series. He has 55 points. He is in fourth place. In fifth place, we have Lango 666 with 50 points. In sixth place, we have ART Ranger with 37 points. In seventh, we have Ryan Isbagino with 36 points, just 1 point behind, so we could definitely see something change there. In 8th place, we have ART Scott R202, sorry, not 2, 701 with 32 points. In 9th place, we have GT Racer 9 with 26 points. And in 10th, it looks like there's a little glitch on the art. In 10th, we have Tim Pro 23 with 25 points. We have in 11th, I think that's Bit Matty or Bolt Matty. No, Bolt Mappy, sorry. I'm still new, so I'm still getting used to everyone's names. So Bolt Mappy in 10th and 11th place with 21 points. In 12th, we have ART Terminator with 18 points. In 12th, we have NZL Cowboy with 16 points. And in 13th, we have Mr. Navali with... No, in 14th place, sorry, we have Mr. Navali with 13 points. Looks like some of the drivers are about to get this started. A lot of drivers are just practicing a little bit, just getting everything sorted. I'm gonna quickly see if I can find the description of what they will be doing today. Just gonna find it real quick. Here we are. So this is the race details. So between rounds 1 and 5, this is the third round of season 3. There will be 10 minutes of qualification, no fuel or tire wear being deducted, and it's gonna be any tire compound, so they have free reign of all the tires. The race will be well, there's 2 races today. The first race will be 30 minutes, and the grid start is any tire, but they have to so any tire, but they have to use either the super softs or the soft tires. And in the second, and in the first race, it will be 4 times the tire wear and 3 times the fuel consumption. And you can use any of the tires for super softs or softs. For race 2 of round 3, it's gonna be another 30 minutes. It's gonna be the reverse grid of the first race, and it will be a rolling start. It will be no fuel or tire wear for that race, and the tires are super softs or softs. So that is it. That's what's going to be happening today. And yeah, we're just still waiting for everyone just to get those final few moments of practice in. I'm just going to exit out of the spectator real quick, just so you guys can see all of the names of the drivers that are here today. So far we have THG Sonam just loading in. Right as I say that, he just left, so it looks like he's having some technical issues. But we have Beardy, who is the host. We have Lango, we have GT Racer, Tim Pro, Ryan is bad, you know. We have Pepsi, we have Willie D, we have Mr. Navali, we have Muller, Ranger, Super Squid, and Terminator. So we're still waiting on a few to come in. Hopefully Sonam can get that fixed. But yeah, so we're gonna be starting in about 5 minutes time. If you look in the top right, it says 1625. I am not from the UK, as you can possibly tell from my voice, but what you cannot tell is where I would be from. Some people would guess American. Some Americans would actually guess that I'm British, even though it shows the American flag up there. I'm actually not American. I am actually from the islands of Bermuda. Hopefully they get that flag added to this game, but we're going to be using the American for now, because I guess that's the server I connect to. But yeah, so if you're just coming in, welcome to the Amigos Racing Team Wednesday Beetle Series. This is Season 3, Round 3 in the Goodwood Motor Circuit. When you look at this circuit, it looks kind of like a blob from the race, but there's actually a few pretty good turns about this race. And your left tires are going to be using a lot of that tire wear. So you gotta just try and manage the tire wear on your left side. But when it comes down to it, I'm actually gonna go back into spectate mode, and we are gonna be focusing on, let's see, we're gonna be focusing on Pepsi. Actually, we're actually gonna go into here. So this right-hand turn, so this turn right here is actually gonna be a little bit tough. You could almost go full out there, but you have to slow down for this left-hand turn, and you gotta get ready for that throttle control, because if not, you're going straight onto that grass. And as you can see right now, going down to third gear, second gear, just trying to get the traction of those tires, just trying to get hit the apex, get the best exit out of those turns for this nice almost straight away into the final turns, where we do have a chicane and a runoff area on the left side. So if you know that you're not going to make that chicane, at least attempt to make that runoff area on that left side. But yeah, so you can see right here, as Pepsi shows perfectly how to maneuver around that little chicane, getting back onto that final straight. We have a lot of people on the bottom left texting. Those are some of the people that are in the lobby. We're still waiting on Sonam, so hopefully he fixes it, fixes his connection. But yeah, so we're about to start in a few moments, I believe. We're actually gonna check out Ryan. Ryan is bad, you know. As he's saying, just send it, but he is taking his time during these turns, as we see Muller actually struggling a little bit, or he's just having himself a little bit fun, trying to be a lawnmower before the race starts. But yeah, so far now we have 3 people watching. Hello guys. I wish that the live chat was open, but for some reason it has it to where this is made for kids. So it's gonna be kind of unfortunate, because I actually do want to communicate with you guys, just to say hello and how's everyone doing. But as we see Sonam join for the 4th time, hopefully he does not glitch out. If not, that's gonna be a huge hit if he's not gonna be able to participate in this race. Now we have 5 people joining it. Well, actually 4 people, to be honest, because one of them is me on my phone, because I thought I forgot about the live chat not working. And yeah, so there's Sonam not being able to connect again. Very unfortunate. We might actually get a few minutes of delay here. I'm not too sure just yet, but if we do, it will most likely because Sonam, who is quite, I believe so Sonam is the leader in this series. So basically he's going to be priority just to get into this lobby, and if he's not going to be able to connect, possibly he might have to either reset his router, reset his game, or reset his PlayStation, just reset something, just so he's getting a nice stable connection. As you can see right here, Ranger moving off to the side, giving space, even though ghosting is on. And Ryan, you saw that when he was taking that right-hand turn onto that final straightaway right before that chicane, you can see that like the throttle control has to be absolutely perfect for this race, because if not, you're going to be falling straight into that grass, going to turn into a lawnmower, and by the end of it, if it turns out really bad, you're gonna basically be getting out of that car and turning into a farmer for those fields. But yeah, so we're just gonna be waiting on the drivers to come in. And one thing that's actually really interesting that I've known about this track is that this track is like one of the main go-kart tracks of the Gran Turismo game, and you could definitely notice this actually. So I'm actually gonna go back onto the follow cam of Ryan. When you go past that chicane, you actually see the grid lineup, and it looks a bit funky right off the bat. But if you know your racing history, you would definitely instantly recognize it. As we see, I don't know who that was. I think that was Lango actually struggling there, trying to come around. But yeah, as you can see right here, yeah, right here, you see all of those grid lines. Some people would think it would be MotoGP or something like that, but it's not. It is actually for go-karting. And this is the track I actually use a lot for go-karting. It's actually pretty fun. A lot more difficult trying to drift on, I'll tell you that. But so we're actually gonna look at our second place runner, who is Pepsi right here. We're gonna see what type of lap he does. It looks like he's been doing pretty well so far, but we're still waiting for people to come in. We're still waiting for people just to get everything ready. If you are watching and you're actually in the Discord, I would love to chat to you guys just to see how everyone is doing, because for some reason it is on child friendly, so I cannot actually talk to you guys. It is not going to show the live chat function. But I hope you guys are still having a good day and everything like that. Looks like we're actually just about to start getting ready. Yep. So has changed the room settings to practice, qualifier, and endurance. I'm going to get myself into the spectate mode just so it doesn't glitch out and doesn't have me actually participating in this race, because I'm a commentator, not a driver. And I'll tell you this, I'm better at commentating than I am driving. But so the first person that's going to be coming out is going to be ART Terminator, who I was actually watching the Discord earlier, and right when I asked him who was actually leading this this series, which I was able to figure out later, it actually Terminator said that he was actually thinking that he was gonna win this race. Hold on, I'm actually looking through right now. It says and Sonam is actually saying that he's able to join other lobbies, but for some reason it's just not working for him. And I'm actually gonna do something real quick, guys. I'm sorry. And actually I just received a message from Hawkers. Hawkers, if you are listening, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna quickly check the broadcasting menu. You guys are gonna see a little bit of a blue screen for a few seconds. I'm sorry about that, but we're trying to view the comments, and it's just not coming up, my friend. Yes, it's just not working. I think it's mainly due to the fact that it is a kids. You have for some reason in the actual channel you have it set to where kids can actually, well, not kids, but like it's set that it's eligible for kids. Where if you actually had that function completely off, the live chat will be able to come on. But yeah, as it stands right now, it's still in the kids chat. I don't know. You might be able to put comments at the end of the video, but when it comes to the live stream, unfortunately, it's not giving that function. So Hawkers, I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do on my end. I don't know if there's anything that you can do on your end, but if you do change something, it might actually glitch out the stream. But if it does, if you are going to change something and is going to, please let me know so then I can actually reset up everything. And yep, so I'm still not able to connect. We might if we're not going to be able to reset the lobby, it looks like he's not going to be participating in this race, which is going to be very unfortunate because he is the leader in the series. But yeah, but as it stands right now, it looks like Sonam is not going to be participating, which is going to be a huge loss. But this race, if it does stay on, this race is still going to be amazing. We still have a lot of very close competitors in this race. So we're just gonna have to wait and see who does well. So far, Terminator actually has the fastest lap. Looks like he was actually very confident in this race during the chats. So let's see how he turns out. We're gonna quickly look at. Let's see. I was pressing the wrong buttons. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, so we have GT Racer actually closing in about 3, almost 4/10 slower than Terminator. So far Terminator actually has provisional pole so far in this qualification session. But there's still plenty of time to set in a good lap. So these drivers still have the opportunity to come out on a different tire compound and actually get higher up onto those top runners. And actually, sorry, that was the practice session again. That is my fault, guys. We're actually going to be starting the qualifying right now. So as it stands, Sonam will not be participating in this race. So we could definitely see a change in the leader when it comes up, as we see the Powerpuff Girls decal of Beardy, the host. Let's see how he does. Everyone's revving up their engines, trying to get out there as soon as they can. Terminator's going to be the first one. Actually, no, he's not. The first one coming out is actually going to be Pepsi. ART Ranger is going to be coming out in second, and it looks like Terminator is going to be coming out in third. So it looks like the first person to finish their outlap is going to be Pepsi, and then Ranger, and then Terminator. And it looks like the late runner coming out of the pits about... Now, I don't know who that is. It might be... Sorry guys, I'm just going to be flicking through until I get him. Yep, and it's going to be Beardy. He's going to be the last runner coming out. There we go. We're going to be focusing on the telemetry, I believe. That's how you pronounce it. Telemetry, I believe that's how... Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. I think I got that right. I hope I got that right. But Pepsi's coming around the final few turns, going into the chicane right next to the runoff area, and he's going to be the first person to actually finish his outlap, and he's going to be starting a fast one now. We're going to see how he does. And so far we have 8.5 minutes left of qualifying, so there's still plenty of time for these drivers. If they don't get a good lap in this first one, right after the outlap, they still have plenty of time to get in a good lap, bang in the top positions, to give them as much of an advantage in the first race. And I'm going to be honest with you, actually Ranger going a little bit wide there off of over the quick right and left. So basically where the only place where your right tires are actually going to be getting a little bit of tire wear. But hold on, we're actually going to go back, and it looks like Terminator is actually going to get the overtake on Ranger. So as it stands right now, Terminator is definitely going to have a faster lap than Ranger, and it's a good time there because Terminator is going to get a lot of slipstream coming into those turns. Pepsi is going to be the first one crossing the line, and he goes off to the grass and he spins out, so that time is completely gone. But as I said earlier, he still has plenty of time to set in a good lap. Terminator sets the fastest lap so far with a 1:09, a minute and 9. Actually, now is going to be Super Squid taking that. Tim Pro in second, very close there, like about half of a tenth of a second there. Tim Pro goes up to second place. Super Squid banging in an outstanding lap, taking pole position so far. And looks like Beardy is going to go up to fourth. Willie D now is going to go up to third. Terminator is actually in fifth, but it was very unfortunate. Let's see, where is he to? Pepsi. Very unfortunate for him, spinning out on the final turn, coming out of the exit of that chicane. And now, to be honest with you, this lap might not even be that good because he's not going to have that speed coming out of that chicane. So basically, this lap is just useful for him just to get those tires warmed up again, get ready for the next lap. I mean, he could still bag in a good lap here. He could go up some positions, but it's only time will tell at this point. I actually love I'm gonna be honest with you guys. For commentary, I'm actually used to the Formula 1 commentary. So doing this on Gran Turismo is a whole other ball game, and I absolutely love it. Ryan is bad, you know, getting a banger of a lap, breaking the minute and eight boundary. Actually, same for Tim Pro. Pepsi actually gets 111.8, so we could definitely see him go up there with the 109s. But yeah, these two right here, amazing lap times between them two. Ryan so far has provisional pole. As it stands right now, we have Ryan in front, and then we have Tim Pro in second, almost losing it there. Third is Super Squid, fourth is THG Muller, fifth is our one and only Willie D. Then we have our own Beardy, then Terminator. Then we have Bradley Carter, Lango, Ranger, who is struggling onto those turns, moving out of the way as he knows that his lap is basically thrown into the trash. He's giving space as he stands right now, waiting for drivers to come past, being very sportsmanlike and very, very good, giving the space. We also have Mr. Navallo in 11th. We have Pepsi in 12th, but we could definitely see him get a better lap as Willie D, you just saw, goes straight into the grass. Pepsi gets a better exit off of that chicane. He's going to come across the line, and he is going to not improve just yet, but he still has a lot of time left. 4 minutes and 45 seconds left. Sorry, a little glitch there. I pressed my controller. And in 13th, I forgot, 13th, we do have GT Razor, who is actually making his way up to 7th. Amazing lap there for the South African. Just hopefully he can improve there. Just hopefully his turns can be as sweet as that livery, the M&Ms. I love them so much. Especially the M&M minis in that little container. I love them. But yeah, so actually we're going to go back to Pepsi actually. He could potentially go up in the positions from this lap alone. And we're just going to have to wait and see. Down the final few turns, that long right-hand turn, we've got to get that time correct and get the throttle timing perfectly. Coming into the chicane, slowing down, takes a right, then takes the left. Really good exit using all of that curb, and he's going to come across the line, and he's going to go up to second. A 108.806, yeah, 108.806. He's gonna make his way. He's gonna make his way up to second. We got Super Squid so far taking pole position. Look how quick he's taking those turns. He's got to have a lot of traction with that car, taking those turns to perfection, just proving everyone why he should be up there. But there's a whole difference between doing a good practice and a good qualifying, but having a bad race. So anything can still happen to these drivers. Ryan actually getting a pretty good time here just from the slipstream alone into that right-hand turn. He's gonna brake early, so that might actually get rid of his time there, being having good spatial awareness. We actually see Super Squid come off of the track there. What has happened to Super Squid coming out of the final few turns right before the chicane and completely losing it? He's going to come back onto the track, but he is ghosted, so he should be perfectly fine. He has a car behind him and is at a braking line, so it was a good entry for him. Still struggling, having those dirty tires off of the dirt and possibly even warmer tires than optimal. So there's going to be a lot of wheel spin if he doesn't get that cooled down. Looks like he's got to cool down enough to actually continue his lap, but that's going to hit him hard there. But he still has pole position, so well done to him. We're actually right as I say that, Willie D says hold my beer, as he's going to take pole position with a 108.678, almost a tenth faster, just under a tenth faster than Super Squid. Amazing lap for him there. Amazing lap for Willie D. I actually really like his actual livery, not because it's AlphaTauri. Like, I'm not really an AlphaTauri fan when it comes to Formula 1, but I love my grays with the whites and blacks. I just love it. But yeah, so he's gonna have pole position so far. Ryan actually improves to 4th place. Now he's gonna have to be just a little bit faster, trying to get Pepsi's get Pepsi right below him. If he gets a tenth faster, he's got it. It looks like ART Lango actually struggling a little bit trying to get a fast time. But there's still plenty of time to improve, plenty of time to get that practice in, and you never know. Starting from the back could be a good turnout for some of these drivers. I actually prefer it in certain racing games, like purposely setting a slower lap for the qualifying, just so I can get some really good improved positions. At least this is for the race entry mode of Gran Turismo, But yeah, Lango actually goes, improves his time, goes to 11th. Still, it looks like, yeah, Mr. Novello is a whole second and 7/10 of a second slower than Willie D. So they're gonna have to pick it up a little bit, prove Japan, and actually represent Japan perfectly. Super Squid actually takes pole position again, making it a 1 minute 8 seconds and .554. Now a whole 10th faster than Willie D. Willie D actually takes it again now with a whole half a 10th faster. So they're just testing each other. They're just testing the water to see how fast they can possibly be on this track. And now we only have 1 minute left in this qualifying session. Looks like Willie D is actually happy with this turnout. He's going to start slowing down. Actually, no, that was it. That's the finish. He's going to start slowing down. The final drivers are going to come around those final few turns. Actually, Super Squid gets a time penalty, but he should be happy with his position. Second place. All he has to do is just get a faster start off the line than Willie D, and that first place position into turn 1 is going to be all his. But yeah, so we're going to see Lango actually come around the final few turns, going through the chicane. Could have gone a little bit faster, but being safe for the final few turns. He's going to come across the finish line. He's not going to improve. Terminator actually is going to improve his time, but I don't think he improved position. Takes him up to 9th place, and we're still waiting on one more, I believe, and that is going to be... Yeah, I think that's going to be Ranger, as he's just going to wait in the pits for the timer to go off. And, yeah, now that's it. Qualifying has ended, and we're about to start the race. So far, taking pole position, Willie D, last second. Amazing stuff. I wish that page was left open for a lot longer so I can go through the rundown of the qualifying. But, yeah, so now it's going to be a grid start. It's not going to be a rolling start for this one. Super Squid flashing his lights. Very confident with his skills. Hopefully he can do well. It looks like we're about to start. Let's see. We're still waiting on people to connect, I believe. And where we are for the Goodwood Series 3, Round 3 of the Beetle Series, Wednesday evenings. I hope you guys are ready, because we have already started. ART keeps first place position into turn. We actually have a wide runner going off the track. I'm trying to figure out who that is. That might be... Yeah, that's Terminator. He was actually very confident in the chat, and now has lost it into turn 1, making his way down all the way to last place, as Lango is now going to be battling him into this quick rights and lefts. Gives the space, he hits the dirt, and that's going to give him a lot of oversteer, as now he's going to hit the grass, and he has a huge disadvantage in this race now. Just look how far back he is. He's already 10 seconds behind just from that one spin. Very unfortunate, very unfortunate, as we're gonna have Willie D actually start battling Super Squid at the end of the first lap. They're gonna hit this chicane, quick rights and lefts, and Willie D is gonna have to better exit. Ryan is actually gonna be battling Super Squid, takes that position perfectly, and now Super Squid is gonna have Beardy come around the outside into turn 1. Beardy's actually going to back out, just give him this position, because it's going to be really tough, especially on this track, going side by side into turns. And it's going to be very risky to do that. You might lose your whole entire race, and you potentially might lose you and your opponent's position throughout those turns, but Super Squid defends Beardy perfectly well into these quick turns. But Super Squid, I'm very unfortunate into that chicane. Losing a position to Ryan is bad, you know. And, but I mean, he's still in the podium positions, and we still have 28 minutes. It's only been 2 minutes so far, and we've already seen someone go off the track, and one of the top runners already lose a position to an honest mistake in the chicanes. But we're actually going to go down to the back, actually, and it looks like we have another spin, and it's Mr. Navali struggling in this track. He already struggled during the qualifying session, and now they are struggling during the race. Now Terminator has gone up a position, but caution flags galore at this point, and now Willie D has a huge advantage in first place, as Super Squid actually, I'm sorry guys, we missed that, but well, actually, because of this game, we can actually do this. So we're gonna see how we got the chicane. Actually, it was right on the exit of the chicane coming out, and he got the position there. I love this game so much. I love the spectating mode of this game so much. I absolutely love it. But yeah, so we saw how we got that move. We're actually gonna go back, and looks like Willie D is having that gap increasing to now 2.6 seconds. But Super Squid has proven to be a fast runner just from the qualifying, and same goes with Willie D. So these two are going to have a pretty close battle, but as it stands right now, Willie D still has that first place position. We have a few battles happening near the back here, as GT Racer is going to be defending against Bradley Carter and Lango. Actually, if you look up ahead, we have Pepsi and Muller's battling each other, almost going side by side into this tough right-hander. Looks like Posey's going to be the first one to go into the chicane out of those two. Bradley's going to have a better exit. He's going to look on the outside into turn one. Looks like he's going to struggle. He's going to get a little bit of slipstream from Muller, and they're going to continue going side by side. GT Racer giving the space up. Very sportsmanlike and actually very safe drivers here. Good turnout. But Bradley gets the position. Amazingly done for him there, going up a position, and it looks like Lango is actually struggling a little bit, not catching up with those. He might have actually messed up during that chicane, and it looks like later on we might have Mr. Navali being lapped by some of these drivers. Willie D is closing in. Now the gap to Willie D and Super Squid has now decreased from a 2.5 now to a 1.9, now going to a 1.8. Super Squid catching up as fast as he possibly can. Just look at that, and look how close Ryan is to that rear end. Ryan's going to have the shotgun exit into that turn, but it's not going to be long enough. That straight is not going to be long enough to gain a position. He might actually get it in a few laps time. Ryan has proven that he can actually get in front of Super Squid, and Super Squid might be a little bit agitated. But Willie D now must be shaking in his boots, as Super Squid and Ryan is actually catching up so far. We're actually going to look at the tire wear of these two, and it looks like Super Squid has the better one out of the two. Willie D using a lot of traction on those front tires, maybe for the braking bias. But as it stands right now, Willie D still has the lead. Super Squid almost getting off of the track, and Willie D actually goes off the track, giving Super Squid first place position. Willie D just thrown his chance away of keeping that first place position just by messing up one simple turn, and it's very unfortunate. I'm trying to get this cursor out of here, to be honest. Oh, wrong button. There we go. We've got it sorted, lads. We've got it sorted. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know how long that has been up there, and I'm very sorry if it's been there for a pretty long time. But actually, Willie D joins back onto the track in 6th place, being a whole 4 seconds behind Pepsi and 4 seconds ahead of Bradley. As Bradley, oh, looks like there's a big battle right here. Too wide, right behind. And it looks like Muller got the best of it. We're actually going to check that battle out again, but from the perspective of Muller, as Muller was actually in 7th, and Bradley actually pushed him off onto the grass, almost going 4 wide here. Muller banging side to side with cars, taking that position back from Lango. Very aggressive there, actually, on the inside, almost banging into the rear end of Bradley, but he takes the position back from Lango, and now he's still battling the rear end of Bradley for that 7th place position. Bradley improving positions left, right, and center. Amazing for them. And it looks like we have a spin out near up front. I don't know. That is not, who is that? That is going to be Ranger. Ranger has spun out. Let's see how that has happened. Looks like he was, oh, actually it was a little bit before that actually. So it looks like coming into this turn, oh, he hit the dirt right there. So his tires were a little bit dirty, and now he hit the dirt onto the exit on the outside. Trying to recover, but just could not. Very unfortunate for him. But, yeah, he rejoins now back in 11th, actually, as those tires are still dirty from the grass. So they're going to be struggling for traction here, as Super Squid, actually, earlier, as you guys remember, Willie D actually spun out, and Super Squid has that position. We're actually going to go down to 3rd place, as Ryan is going to be battling Pepsi into these quick lefts and rights. And actually Ryan goes off the track, brakes really late, comes back onto the track, back onto the dirt, and now that's going to give Willie D the opportunity to take that position back. Goes a little bit on the dirt, but doesn't spin out as badly as Ryan. And it looks like he's going to be taking that turn. He's going to be just behind Ryan. Going to get a little bit of slipstream into this nice straight. Let's see how he does. Does he get the position? It's going to be very close here. As Ryan says, just send it. That might be an indicator for Willie D to just send it into this turn. But no, Willie D is going to be a little bit patient. Give the space. Wait for him. He's actually going to be waiting for Ryan to make a mistake to get that position. And it looks like Super Squid now is still in the lead. And we have a 3-way battle for 1st place. Amazing turnout. And near the back, we have Bradley still battling. Actually, Muller getting the position earlier from Bradley, actually. And Lango is right behind Bradley in 7th place. And it looks like GT Racer is struggling a little bit, trying to stay up with the pack. And actually, a pretty good turnout. Terminator messing up on lap 1 into turn 1. Actually, is making his way back up the pack from going all the way down to 13th. Is making his way up to 10th. So it shows dedication. Just be patient with it. We still have a lot of race left. And it looks like, yeah, just hit the 21-minute marker. So we have 21 minutes left into the first race of 2. Super Squid still leading with Beardy right behind. And right behind him we have Pepsi, 4th place. Oh, Pepsi goes wide. Recovers. Really good save there. Almost lost the whole entire car there and almost went down the pecking order, but he was able to recover and stay in this race. 4th place we have Ryan, 5th place we have Willie D, 6th place we have Muller with Bradley catching up, and then Lango. Bradley actually hits the wall on the exit, and it looks like we might have a low drag race into turn 1 between these two, but Bradley still has the position. 8th place we have Lango, and 9th place we have GT Racer, who's going to go side by side with Terminator. Terminator has the inside line, GT Racer has the outside, and Terminator made that move perfectly. We're actually going to get an instant replay of that. Amazing stuff. As you can see, Terminator is just closing in on that right-hand side, the inside line. GT Racer braking really late there, almost going completely off of the track there. But yeah, GT Racer loses the position. And Terminator goes up a position. 11th place we have Tim Pro, 12th place we have Ranger, and it looks like the Japanese driver is now gone. Very unfortunate for that. But we're gonna go back up to the front as Beardy is actually the gap between him and Super Squid is actually increasing a lot. And Willie D now actually was before, when he spun out, 4 seconds behind Ryan, and then when Ryan spun out was a few tenths, but now Ryan is getting a pretty good gain between them. And as you can see, that left side, I don't know if you guys can see that, but on the bottom left of the HUD, the left side is struggling a lot more as we go to Super Squid, as Super Squid has managed to keep that tire traction in control, where when it came to Willie D, he is putting everything on the line for that car. He might be on the super softs where everyone else is on the softs, but I don't have the information for you right now. But yeah, very unfortunate for him, but he's still in this race. He is still in a pretty good position to where it comes to the second race, as you guys remember, is going to be a reverse grid of the results of this race. But yeah, he has to manage those left fronts a lot better, as he can see his competitors. I'm just going to scroll through them. As you can see, the tire wear, except for this man right here, Lango actually struggling a little bit with the tire wear. Very unfortunate, but we still have a lot of race to go. We might see a few pit stops. Maybe an earlier pit stop might benefit him, and it looks like Ranger is still struggling. I think he just spun out. I think that's why he is in AI mode. As you know, he's been in AI mode. He's just been paused. Very unfortunate for Ranger. He is a really good competitor in the races that I've seen him in, but he's just struggling at this track. Sometimes the track can get you unexpectedly, but yeah, he's gonna have the AI continuously go around for him, and it's not gonna be doing him any favors, as now Beardy has made his way up to second. We're gonna see how he did that. Actually we can't see that, it was too far back. I'm so sorry, guys, but yeah, Beardy is making his way up to second from Pepsi. But actually Bradley is all the way no, actually Bradley has been in seventh this whole time. Yeah, so I'm getting Beardy and Bradley's names mixed up here, guys. I'm so sorry. But look at the Powerpuff Girls, the hood side. Pebbles actually leading the Powerpuff Girls on that livery. Hopefully going to be improving his position. Going to eye out that first place position. It'll be an amazing turnout for him. But we're still very unfortunate for the one driver that was supposed to be here but is not, and that man is Sonam. So hopefully he is watching this just to see where he stands after this race. But the main competitor for UMaid is Pepsi, and Pepsi is all the way up to third for this race so far. We might see some changes with the pit stops if they try to do a pit stop. I've never seen anything saying that there had to be a mandatory pit stop, but if there is, they're gonna have to. But yeah, so your main competitor is actually your THG compatriot, and he is in third place so far, battling out our very own Beardy for that second place. And if he gets that position, so he's gonna have to get both of the races a very good turnout just so he can get that position. And it looks like the back runner of Ranger is now back, but yep, and is struggling. He had to move out the way to let drivers through, and his race is practically over. But that doesn't mean that this event is over for him, because he still has that second race. Actually, Pepsi was looking on the inside for a quick sec there, but hit the grass and had to back out of it before causing a collision. We're actually going to see how he approached that. And it was coming out of the shotgun exit off of that weird turn 1. And he was almost side by side, just barely side by side. But yeah, he didn't get that. I just dropped my phone. Amazing stuff, Justin. Amazing stuff. It didn't break, so we're still in the clear. But yeah, so Pepsi still has that third place position. Beardy is trying to defend with all of his might, and actually closing up is actually Ryan. Ryan is closing in on that car, getting a better exit out of that chicane and getting a lot of slipstream. Look at the timer just closing down a little bit. It was at 0.7, and now it's practically at 0.6. Yeah, look at Ryan closing in still, 0.5. About to hit 0.4 seconds behind. Ryan is improving a lot to the driver, to Pepsi in front of him. Pepsi is still closing in on Beardy. There was a space there, but he didn't take it. It was going to be very ambitious if he actually tried. But now Ryan just has to be patient, wait for Pepsi to make a mistake, and capitalize on that, as he is doing now, going on to the inside of this tough right-hander, where we've seen it take a few drivers, but Pepsi on the outside keeps that position. Amazing defense for Pepsi, but he still has Ryan on that rear end of that Beetle. We could see him shoot on the inside here. No, he's gonna be a little bit more patient. He might be thinking that Pepsi's gonna be taking another mistake in this race, but there's still a lot of race to happen. He is still battling it out, and so far, Actually, Pepsi now goes into the pits on the from the softs. As you can see, that left-hand side it was struggling a lot. We're gonna see what tires he comes on. The pit crew going as quick as they can. Now fueling up the car a little bit before he comes back out, and he is gonna come back out on. Once he gets that car fueled up, he's gonna come back on another set of softs. He's gonna come back on another set of softs. I didn't see any thing about a option A, option B, as there's only 2 tire sets for this race. Well, at least that would be optimal to have those 2 tire sets, as they can last a long time. If Comfort's hards can last on a go-kart on this track for a long time, I'm pretty sure racing softs and super softs can last a long time, even with these heavier vehicles. But now it looks like Terminator's going to be coming into the pits. A little bit of a glitch there, as it's saying that he is in first, but I don't think that is the case. Yeah, Super Squid still has the lead. Coming out of the exit, hits a little bit of that grass. Terminator's going to... Actually, no, Beardy's going to shoot into the pits there. And now it's going to be Ryan closing in Super Squid. But Super Squid, as he proved in the qualifying, is just way faster. He's going to have a better exits out. But Ryan has improved from his qualifying session, and just knows when to take the better turns, when to put on the power, as it says on his rear end, just send it, which he is doing on every single turn, and improving his time to Super Squid. We're going to check the difference in tire wear, and it looks like Ryan just has just barely more tire wear on that left rear, but everything else looks pretty much exactly the same. Yep, sorry if that's a little bit of epilepsy. I'm so sorry about that, guys. But it looks like Ryan is still closing in. We're not going to get off of this battle just yet. It's still closing in. Previously in this lap was at a 1.8, and Super Squid down to a 0.8, a whole tenth faster than Super Squid here. Super Squid might be optimizing going into the pits, which it looked like he was about to do, but does not. Ryan is continuously going, closing in to Super Squid into the first turn. We're about 2/3 through this first race, and it looks like Super Squid is going to have a huge disadvantage, as Ryan is going to have that slipstream and has proven to be better on the exit turns. Bradley actually comes down into the pits, and same goes with Willie D, as Bradley has been on the mediums this whole time, which is quite surprising, to be honest with you. But look at the fuel difference. Bradley using so much out of that fuel. Let's see what tires he comes out on. He's going to be filling up that car for a long time. Yeah, he's going to be filling up that car for a long time. Now Ryan is closing in again still. Just look how close he is. As you can see, the gap is closing between them. Super Squid might be low on fuel, and it's just fuel saving. A little bit of bump drafting from Ryan, just being a little bit more patient. He's not going to be battling into this turn. He's going to be potentially battling onto a easier turn that he is confident with, as he is going to hit a little bit of the chicane, slowing down a little bit of time, but he can regain that back from slipstream. Amazing recovery from Ryan there. I'm surprised these drivers haven't even come into the pits just yet. Yeah, but look at Ryan. He just has the better grip into these turns, and it just proves that he's gonna have a better chance of overtaking Super Squid into these turns. But he just has to be a little bit patient, as he was doing earlier, doing a little bit of bump drift, to be a little bit patient into these turns, wait for the most optimal time, maybe to start off of the next right-hand turn here. He might actually battle it now. No, he's going to stay behind. He's going to shoot onto the outside into this turn, going to get a shotgun exit. He's going to do an old switcheroo, come into the inside, but it looks like it was blocked by Super Squid, but he's not going to be able to hold him off for long, as now he's going to go on the outside, just a lot faster, and he's going to take that position. Amazing overtake from Ryan there, being very patient on the lap previous. Well, on the lap prior, actually, that's the word, on the lap prior, and getting that position up. It looks like maybe Super Squid might be shooting into the pits. I would be surprised if he doesn't. Actually, Ryan's going to be the one shooting in the pits, and Squid is going to be the one staying out. Let's see his fuel, actually. His fuel actually isn't too bad, but that left rear, oh man, that left rear is going to be taking a huge hit. But Ryan now actually staying there, coming into the pits, swapping his tires, fueling up, and actually Super Squid actually has a pretty good advantage as he was fuel saving, but Ryan is coming out on the super softs. Actually, he's going to come out right in front of Pepsi, and now he's going to be battling Pepsi for that position again. Maybe I'm recreating deja vu between them two, but it looks like Pepsi just has the better exit off of those turns. He's going to get a little bit of slipstream from Beardy. But yeah, so Ryan still has 4th place and he still has Pepsi right in front. Super Squid's still leading. I'm surprised he hasn't pitted yet, but he has been preserving a lot of fuel. He might be just going for a nose stop in this race. I almost jumped. I thought I dropped my phone again. Oh, actually he comes out. That's gonna waste him a lot of time. He comes back onto the pits, still swerving. Those tires are practically done, my friend. Go into the pits and change them. That has to be an indicator, and he does. But now we're gonna look at where he comes out to Beardy. I think Beardy is gonna be the new leader. That turn just really messed up his plans there. But Super Squid doesn't have to stay in there for as long as he has preserved a lot of fuel. Let's just see where he comes out. No, Beardy's gonna take that position. Beardy just right in front of Beardy, but Beardy is too fast coming out on that straight, and now Super Squid has fallen down to 4th just because of that one mess up into the final turns. But he is really quick. He knows this track a lot, and he's going to be continuing to battle those front runners, as this front 4 has proven again, time and time again, that they are not to be messed with, and they have proven that this is actually a really good game. They have proven that this is such a very competitive game, very competitive league, and just showing what everyone has got. Super Squid in 4th now, Ryan in 3rd, Pepsi in 2nd, and Beardy in 1st. Showing the Powerpuff Girls that they are the best. But I prefer Scooby-Doo in my opinion when it comes to animations. But that's gonna be a story for another day. But Beardy actually still keeps the position. Looks like Pepsi's gonna have a better exit out of that chicane, but it's not gonna be able to be fast enough to battle for that turn. He's gonna go on the inside a little bit. But look how close Ryan is to that car. He saw a little bit of a gap. Oh, and now Super Squid is going to go on the inside of Ryan. A little nudge, almost lost the car there for a quick second. Super Squid looking for the gap, but he's going to wait. I saw a little bit of dirt. Did he hit the dirt there? Maybe a little bit, but not enough to start spinning out. But Ryan is closing in. He might actually battle Super Squid for his position. Now Super Squid trying to defend with all that he can. But Ryan has proven that he can actually get that position, but we still have 5.5 minutes left of this race 1 of race 2. So at the end of this race, don't leave, because we still have another race to go, and as you guys can remember, it is reverse grid. So the Japanese driver that was here earlier, actually, hold on, before we say that, Super Squid is going to be battling Pepsi on the inside into the chicane, but it looks like Pepsi got the better turnout for that, and Ryan has got the aftermath of that, hitting the rear end of Super Squid. But yeah, pretty close battle between them two. But the Japanese driver that was here earlier, he should have stayed, to be honest, because even if he was in last for this race, he would have started in pole for the next race, as it is actually a reverse grid. But what has happened, and you can't change the fact now. Oh, they're gonna go side by side. Very close battling between these two. We're gonna go on the hood cam of Ryan. And it looks like Super Squid is still battling Pepsi. We could see an incident happening here if it gets too hectic. Super Squid really trying to get up there, but Beard is having a race of a lifetime, just increasing that gap as he sees the drivers behind him battling it out and making them go a lot slower than him. But actually, we're gonna go up to Squid now. He's gonna look on the outside of the final turns before the chicane. Let's see. Oh, Pepsi pushes him off. Pepsi has pushed him off, and Super Squid is now down to 4th. We're gonna look back on that real quick. Very unfortunate, battling it out onto the exit. Pepsi didn't realize he was there, didn't give the space, and Ryan gets that position. Amazing turnout for Ryan, but very unfortunate, and I can tell that he's going to be aggravated after that. Now he's going to give everything that he has to battle Pepsi for that second place. But as it stands right now, actually Pepsi's gonna have Ryan on the inside. Ryan is gonna continue battling. They're gonna bump side by side. And this is actually what Super Squid wants. He wants these two to continue battling out, just to give him the opportunity to catch up and battle with them again. And Beardy wants this as well, as that gap is now 1.7 and increasing. Ryan is still closing in. Is it gonna be deja vu? Ryan's gonna have the outside again. It might be deja vu. He's gonna come around to this turn. Let's see, does he give the space this time? He doesn't again, and he knocks Ryan out. Pepsi defending with everything. Super Squid actually almost losing it there, but recovers perfectly, well, except for that, coming onto the grass last second. But Pepsi, you have to give the space there, my friend. If you see that he's there on the outside, you gotta break a little bit more. Gotta give the space and be a safe driver, because that could have caused a huge incident, and in real life it could have caused a death if he lost that car. But it's not going to be that serious. It is just a game after all. But Pepsi is going to be still in second. Bearded, well, not Bearded, Beardy in first. We might have enough time for just 2 more laps to go. Beardy leading it up with Pepsi in second, Ryan in third, Super Squid in fourth. We have Willie D, very unfortunately near the beginning of this race, is still in fifth. Bradley is in sixth with Tim Pro near behind, Lango in eighth, GT Race in ninth, as we have Muller, Terminator, and Ranger all in the pits, pitting a lot later than normal. Actually, Pepsi is going to have, he's going to have a little bit of karma going on the outside, losing at that turn, and now and Ryan actually just followed him, and now Super Squid is going to take that third place position from Ryan. So now Squid is going to try and get some revenge on Pepsi from not giving the space earlier, as he's going to go on the inside and take that position. Amazing overtake. Amazing turnout. But now Ryan is going to be closing in on Pepsi a little bit, but Pepsi has the advantage of having that slipstream. You're gonna hear a lot of rubber scraping against that concrete, because these drivers are giving it everything they can to keep the positions or improve. As now Pepsi is gonna be trying battling Super Squid, but Super Squid actually has a pretty good gap to him now. So now, basically, if Super Squid keeps that, Pepsi is gonna now not gonna be looking at a second place position. Might still get a podium position, but he's gonna have to be battling Ryan for that, as Ryan wants that severely. Now he's going to break a lot more than normal. He's having a little bit of PTSD from spinning out and losing that position. But now Ryan is going to have the better exit off of that turn. It's not going to be enough to battle him out into turn 1. But as you can see, Pepsi goes really wide on this turn. Ryan puts on the power a lot more sooner. Well, actually a lot more earlier than Pepsi, so that's why he's going to get a little bit of a shotgun exit compared. He's going to be looking in, he's closing in, he's going to look on the inside. Does he give the space? I know Ryan will Pepsi, as this is now the final lap. This is all for nothing. This is it. It's either this or it's nothing. So now Ryan is going to give everything that he has to battle this out. But actually now we have a battle for the front, as Super Squid is going to be battling out Beardy. As Beardy's going super slow, he might be fuel preserving. And Pepsi still is defending very recklessly against Ryan. Pepsi taking one of the final few turns into the chicane. Super Squid's going to be in first. What a great recovery from Super Squid. And Ryan hits the wall there, but let's see, Pepsi is going to be a drag race to the finish line, and Pepsi just gets it in front of Beardy. Amazing stuff. Beardy just losing it out, potentially to a loss of gas, as you can see there. Yeah, he is completely out of fuel, underfueling, and that's going to give Super Squid the first place finish, with Pepsi in second, Beardy in third, Ryan in fourth, Willie D takes fifth place. Bradley, you can see it all there. Bradley in 6th, Muller in 7th, Tim Pro in 8th. Hold on, give me a sec, guys. Amazing turnout for Super Squid there, taking the win at the end, just passing Beardy, and also same goes to Pepsi, getting that last drag race to the finish line, beating them by under 100th of a second. Amazing stuff. Pepsi congratulating Super Squid. Amazing stuff there. But now there's going to be no qualifying. It's going to be a reverse grid from that race, and Mr. Nevali is going to be starting in first if he participates. But we're going to have to wait and see if he gets penalized for leaving the actual race. My phone is actually about to die, so I'm going to get my charger. Super Squid said that he's going to be right back. He doesn't say thank you or anything like that. He's probably a little bit still agitated from the incident earlier between the two drivers, as Pepsi did not give the space, but Pepsi finishes in 2nd, so a really good turnout between them. We're just gonna wait for everything to come through. We're just gonna wait for everyone to set up, wait everyone to take their breaks. So I'm actually gonna be taking a break here. I'm gonna mute my mic. But yeah, so just get ready. We're gonna be back in a few minutes for that second race, reverse grid. I hope you guys will enjoy it. And you're gonna be hearing this beautiful music brought to you by Gran Turismo. Looks like they are allowing, sorry guys, I just got back, as the drivers are now onto the track, and it looks like they are allowing a few drivers to continue practicing in this second race. And I will quickly remind you of the league standings real quick. First place is, unfortunately, thank you Super Squid, really appreciate it, mate. I'm still a little bit shaky with the names, but I think give it a few races and I should be all right. But still in first place, we have Sonam, who is unfortunately not participating in this race. We have Pepsi, who got that amazing finish next to Beardy in second place, as he finished in second, and he is also in second in this championship. Might be the new leader at the end of this. In third, we have Willie D, who unfortunately had that big spin near the beginning and finished in 5th, I believe. In 4th, we have Beardy, who lost the 2 positions on the final lap. Very unfortunate, but he had to preserve his fuel near the end of the race, or else he would have been stuck on track and it would have been no points at all. But he still made it to the podium position, so a good turnout for him. In 5th, we have Lango. In 6th, we have Ranger. Ryan is in 7th. I believe Ryan has surprised a lot of these drivers here today, battling it out with the top runners of Pepsi and Beardy. Amazing stuff for him. Scott R is in 8th, 9th is GT Racer, and 10th we have Tim Pro, 11th is Bolt Mappy, 12th we have ART Terminator, 13th we have Cowboy, and in 14th we have Mr. Navali, who unfortunately had a huge mess up in the first race and has decided to sit out of the first race, but he is going to be starting in pole position for the second race, as he is now going to be practicing as much as he can, possibly taking some notes from the other runners ahead, and it's actually going to be a night race today, so, well, it's actually a little bit of a dusk type of race so far, but the lights are on these Volkswagen Beetles. Actually, I was looking at his Navali's decal for a quick second, and I'm gonna be honest, it looked like oh, what was her name? It looked like a character from Genshin Impact. It was the librarian. I forget her name. If you guys know it, please say it in the chat here. If you are watching the stream, like say it in the Gran Turismo chat. But Lisa, actually, you don't need to. Lisa, that was her name. It looked like Lisa for a quick second, but doesn't look like it anymore. But yeah, so that was the standings, and we are actually going now to the rules of this next race. I'm gonna quickly scroll up. Where is that pin? Here we go. So the race details for the second race, as we are starting it right now, is gonna be a reverse grid, 30 minutes again. And it's going to be no fuel or tire consumption at all. And it's going to be either the super softs or the soft tires. I'm pretty sure everyone would go with the super softs, since there's no tire or fuel consumption. And it's going to be a rolling start here today. Starting at first, we have Navali. 2nd is Ranger. 3rd is Terminator. 4th is Racer. 5th is Lango. 6th is Tim Pro. 7th is Muller. 8th is Bradley. 9th is Willie D. 10th is Ryan. 11th is Beardy. 12th, I'm trying to remember. 12th is Pepsi. I had to cheat a little bit. And 13th is Super Squid. But yeah, so hopefully these drivers can improve. And this is actually going to be tough for these middle runners, as they're going to be starting right onto that chicane. I'm pretty sure going to be the first one is going to be Willie D. Yeah, he's going to be the first one starting onto this chicane. Actually, Bradley was actually, but that's going to give the drivers ahead an opportunity to get a good start in this race, as Mr. Navali has first place, but that gap is slowly closing down to Ranger just behind. I've never seen this driver before. I've actually never seen a Japanese player on Gran Turismo, so Navali, you're my first one. And Terminator is actually closing in on Ranger into these two turns, and Ranger's closing in now on Mr. Navali, taking that turn with a lot of aggression, and that's going to give Mr. Navali onto the grass, now going down the pecking order. Now he joins back in last place again. Very unfortunate for him. Not even the end of the first lap, and he started from pole and is now all the way in last place again. He was trying to push it as much as he can. Actually, we're going to go back to here. It looks like they're going to be a quick battle into this turn. I don't know who that was. Yeah, there we go. It was Lango, Tim Pro, and GT Racer. I don't know if Muller was in that, but if it was the battle. Actually, now Muller is going to gain that position there. Amazing stuff for him. We're going to get an instant replay of that. As the follower, he sees the drivers ahead of him battle out, so he was being a little bit patient, which was very smart. Not get yourself involved in those type of battles, because it would have been very ambitious if he did. He saw GT Racer going out and takes that opportunity from that mistake and gains the position. Now GT Racer is going to be closing in now, and also is Bradley, as GT Racer was going to look on the outside, but decides to pull back out a little bit. But he's going to still be battling it out, as Lango is actually representing that Amigos racing team logo. Beautiful stuff. I actually really like that. Like that decal. Whoever makes it, can you make me one, please? I would appreciate it. But Yeah, so Lango is now going to be battling out Tim Pro into these turns. Is he going to look on the outside? He actually is going to be looking on the outside, side by side, into the turn right before the chicane. A little nudge from Lango just to tell Tim Pro, hey, give the space, but he does, and Tim Pro keeps that second place position. Lango stays in third. Now we're going to go down to the battle. Oh, right here, ART Ranger gets a look, almost loses his Beetle out of the exit of that chicane, but was able to recover and keep that 8th place position. But now he has Pepsi, a very good driver today, potentially the new leader in this championship series, as he just passes Lango, and now he's gonna be looking at the rear end of Ranger. Ranger going really wide into these turns, and now does mess up Pepsi's line there, and now Lango's going to be looking onto the outside. Squid's going to be looking on the inside. It's going to be 3 wide into this, and Lango has gotten the worst out of it. Just hits the side of Pepsi's car and loses it, going straight onto the grass, and now going down the pecking order. Very unfortunate for him, but now Super Squid is going to be looking at Pepsi right before the chicane. Looks like Pepsi was almost lost control of his car a little bit there, getting as close to the walls off of that chicane as you can. As you can see a little bit forward, we have a quick battle here into it, and Bradley actually goes up a few positions, but Muller actually pushes Willie D off, and that's Tim Pro. What happened to Tim Pro there? We're gonna have to check back on that. What happened to Tim Pro? He was doing perfectly fine, and then coming out, let's see what happened here. Oh, he forgot to use the brakes a little bit there and go straight into the wall, going down positions. Very unfortunate, but that's gonna give. Oh, as I'm saying it now, Tim is now back onto the grass, being the lawnmower, and same goes with GT Racer. We're gonna check back with that now. Oh man, they were battling it out side by side into these turns, and it actually looked like GT Racer actually didn't give the space to Tim Pro, and they both took the punishment for that now, as Terminator is still leading this race. Ryan is in second, Muller in third. Willie D now has a time penalty, probably cutting it on the corners before the chicane. And we're actually going to go down to Pepsi, who is going to be closing in on ART Ranger. He's going to look on the inside, but that door suddenly closes, and he's going to keep the 8th place position. But now, as you can see, it looks like a fifth driver, 5 driver competition for that 4th place position. Thank you, Mom, giving me my food. Appreciate it. And yeah, but now Willie D is in a tough predicament here, as he now has time penalties to his name. And the only good thing about this game is that when you have a time penalty like this, it's quite easy to get rid of, because even your normal racing line in 2 turns actually gets rid of some of the penalties. So, in my opinion, if I was able to run one of these leagues, I actually would have it to where it had like the yellow line, to where it will force you to start slowing down, and that would actually give these drivers to be a lot more cautious into these turns, as we see Super Squid actually losing it out of the exit of that chicane, and Bradley now going up. And now I'm going to open up my food. Give me a second, lads. Bradley's going to still be closing in on Super Squid. Now they're going to be side by side. Bradley's going to be now ahead. Now Squid is going to be now ahead. They're still bumping side by side into these turns, and Bradley now is a whole car ahead. Amazing overtake for you, Bradley. Well done, my friend. Battling it out with the names of Super Squid, and proving that he has the skills to battle the front runners. Now Super Squid is going to be closing in again, coming out of this exit. He's going to look on the looks like, yeah, he's going to go on the right side. I don't know if it's inside or outside. This is a straightaway. So Super Squid is going to be looking on the right side. It's going to be the inside of that next turn. So actually it was the inside. The inside of the next turn. Squid breaks a little bit late and takes the position. Amazing overtake right there, Squid. but now he has Willie D ahead of him, and he is actually still has that 5-second time penalty, so he has to get rid of that. Well, not 5 seconds, 0.5-second time penalty. So he has to get rid of that as much as he can. Right now, I'm going to mute my mic because I'm going to have a slice of this pizza. Give me a sec. No ASMR if you don't want it. If you want it, please let me know. But if not, I'm just going to say that you probably won't, just for now. Good pizza. Sorry about that, guys, but looks like GT Racer X actually had a spin. We're gonna check to see what happened here. In 8th place, coming down these few turns. Oh wow! Completely losing in the car. Now reversing back onto the track. I'm sorry. Right there, that looked like a Scooby-Doo scene, just going right and then left on the screen. Now still struggling trying to get back onto the track. I'm sorry for laughing, mate, but that was absolutely hilarious. Very unfortunate. He has now gone down a few positions. Now we have Super Squid actually closing in on Willie D, who still has that time penalty. But also Bradley closing in on Super Squid. It looks like there's going to be a back and forth battle between these two here today. As it comes around, it doesn't look like any other battles except for the front runners, actually, as Ryan is not going to be closing in on Terminator. Now the gap to them is 0.4 of a second into this turn, right before the chicane. Ryan has proven to have a better shotgun exits ability to the other drivers, closing in as close as he can to that wall. Seeing that Terminator has gone onto the grass, going to be battling out the driver of Denmark into turn 1, but he's going to back out of it. He's going to wait for it and get the shotgun exit onto this nice straightaway where he's going to have a lot more speed compared to Terminator, and also having the slipstream. Going to go looking on the inside, but looks like he tried to make that move a little bit too early, and now he's going to have to suffer from it. He's going to have to wait behind Terminator once again. And now Ryan is closing in, still getting the better exit out of these turns. Gonna give that win that he rightfully deserves and potentially should have had in the first race. Now closing into the rear end of Terminator. He's gonna look on the right side. He's gonna be on the inside of the next turn. But Terminator has kept that position very, very nicely. There's actually a caution on the field, and it looks like it's a back runner earlier, and I believe, yeah, that is Mr. Navali. We're gonna see what happened there. Did he spin out off of this turn? He goes onto the grass a little bit. Yep, there he goes. Oh, very unfortunate, Mr. Navali. Hopefully you improve your skills in this race. It could be still the beginning of your Gran Turismo career, but now actually Ryan went up the position, so we're gonna check back on that a little bit. Sorry about that, we totally missed that. With the yellow flags, he actually, with Mr. Navali spinning out, he's gonna go into the chicanes, actually get a much better exit compared to Terminator, and gaining that position into for you there. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff, my friend. Battling it out, going his way back up the pack. And now Willie D still has a 0.5 second time penalty, and it looks like he is struggling to get that time off. So he might be serving that time at the end of this race, going really wide into that, putting the curbs in between his four wheels. And as it doesn't, oh, actually, hold on. Who was that back there? Looks like Super Squid is struggling, taking a good exit out of that chicane. Looks like this race he has been struggling a lot with traction. But as it stands, it doesn't look like there's any other battles for the time being. So I'm gonna have another bite. So give me a few seconds, guys. I'm gonna mute my mic. As I say, it looks like there's a spin out for ART Ranger. We're gonna check to see what happened there. Yep. Actually, hold on. We're gonna go a little bit further back on that. As he now waits on the grass. Yep, coming off of that quick right and left, going straight into the grass. Having dirty tires, trying to recover, going back on the dirt, and then going straight into the wall. Very unfortunate for Ranger. And now he is being lapped by almost all of the drivers. And actually he has been overtaken by Mr. Navali. So Mr. Navali so far has gone up a position. But now we're going to go back to the front runners. And it doesn't look like anything has happened, so please, no one do anything. I just want to eat my food. Give me a sec, guys. I'm just gonna... I have food in my mouth, but I have to cover this. So, Muller... Actually, as we're saying it now, Pepsi just gets the overtake on Bradley, but we're gonna flash back a little bit to what happened to Muller here. Coming out of the exit, goes straight into the grass, doing exactly what Ranger just did. And now, unfortunately, has to pay for his own mistake. As now he has gone from 3rd place all the way down to 7th. Alright, now I'm gonna finish that slate. But actually it looks like we have a battle for 2nd place. With Willie D closing in, actually. We're gonna go to the hood cam of Willie D as that gap between him and Terminator is closing in. Is he gonna shoot on the inside, or is he gonna be patient? No, he's gonna be patient a little bit, and that's gonna give some time off of his penalty. And now Terminator actually breaking a lot into these turns, struggling to just get a fast exit off of that quick right and left. But now, because of that, Willie D had to slow down, and that's given him the opportunity to get 1/10 of his penalties taken off. But let's see. Willie D is going to be looking on the inside of the turn before the chicane, and he's going to get that position. Amazing overtake for Willie D there. We're going to check that again as he's going to be closing in on Terminator. He looks on the space on the right side, which is optimal because that's going to be the inside. That's going to force Terminator to slow down a lot more than Willie D. And Willie D gets that position. Amazing stuff, Willie D. A great turnout for you right there, my man. Going up a position. Oh, looks like we have a spin near... Is that a back runner? Yes, and it's Mr. Navali. So now that's going to give ART Ranger the opportunity to start catching up to him and trying to gain a position again. But now as it stands, Ryan is in 1st, Willie D is in 2nd, Terminator in 3rd, Pepsi in 4th place, Squid just close behind, Bradley in 6th, Muller in 7th, Beardy in 8th, Tim Pro in 9th, Lango in 10th. Then we have GT Racer, who is in 11th, closing in on the ART Ranger, who has to give the space. He is a back marker. Then we have Mr. Navali in 12th, and Ranger, as we just covered, in last place. It just shows that even one mess up can ruin your whole race. But and that could be from a time penalty as Willie D, or even the spins earlier as Muller showed one mess up, and it could ruin your race from being in 3rd place now all the way down to 7th. Potentially he could have lost the position to Willie D later on from that incident, but only time will we will never know at this point. If he kept it on the concrete, we would have found out. But He went onto the green. He would have went on. Well, he went onto the grass, and we will never know the results of that battle. But sorry, I'm just struggling a little bit over here. I'm usually better with when I have a co-comms, but today we're not gonna have that. But yeah, so Willie D still has